Yeah, so this is our footage which has been imported to Premiere. I'll just look for some best shots which can be inserted here. Say I would like my video to start from here. I just pressed I. Yeah. So before this goes on to another shot and it gets cross dissolve, I would like to end my video here. So I would press O or I would click here. Now the catch here is I do not want the audio which is being played in the video to be inserted here. So what I would do is I want just I only want the video to be imported into my timeline. So I would click here, drag video only, and would take this and would place it here. Yeah. So now if I play the video, this is the previous video. And now we see the video has been merged, but there is no video. Sorry, no audio. So there is no audio in our recent footage imported. By pressing minus, I can zoom out, and by pressing plus, I can zoom in on my timeline, program monitor, as well as on my source monitor. Or I can also scrub through here, through my timeline as well. I can click here to zoom out, and I can drag this to my left to zoom in. I hope this is clear. So there is no audio in this, and what I would like to do is like I do not want to show this entire thing of trees for such a such a long time. So what I'll do is when it gets totally dissolved, 100% dissolved, I would like to I would like to cut this from here, from this portion that is 3206 till this portion 37. So basically I don't want these 5 minutes. So I don't want those 5 minutes to be inserted there, to be inserted in the timeline. And so before I take you to the tools, I would like to give you a overview of the options present on our starting with our project panel. So this is switch to the current view to the list view. This would, if you click here, this would not show the thumbnails and this would only show in a list view. Let's click here back again. This is the list view and this is the icon view. It shows the thumbnail, list, icon. This is for zoom out. Suppose in order we have zoomed in, so this goes to zoom out. What if I go into the list view? This is the list view, this is the icon view. I don't want this to be so much zoomed in, so I would click here, zoom out. Yeah, this looks pretty fine. This is zoom in. We can also scrub it through here according to our preference. and this is sort icons. This is like how you want your icons to be according to the media type, label, name, video codec, field order, use, list, view, sort. So yeah, this looks fine. Automate into sequence. This is basically like when you want an entire video footage into your sequence, like entire footage of video, it would break it into sequence. And this is find. This is a very important tool. Suppose you know something like when you have chunks of your footages, very many footages, or say you can have when you have around 50 videos and you need to edit this is a very helpful tool. Say for suppose I want a video named as suppose this video, the aerial beauty. So what I would do is I would click here, or I would press Ctrl F and find what it says. Yeah, so as I said, this is a very important tool. I would like to show this. This is the find option. The shortcut is Ctrl F. I would like to go to name. So what would it, if I press this name, so what it will do is it will quickly show me the names. Like suppose if I don't remember and there are entire many footages here, so it would say suppose I know there is a footage in my bin, which is in my project, which starts from Portland. So what I would do is I would type Portland and it would say operator, yeah, it contains this, and find what Portland, and I will click on find. Yeah, so this option shows us exactly where our it highlights the video or the media which we want to search. And in order to do this, we need to click on name, and then here operator, we need to find what the words which we remember. Suppose even if I press Orega, let's see what happens. Yeah, it is again reflecting this. Suppose what if I type aerial, as there is also a footage in my project which is the aerial beauty, this one. So it would again highlight this footage. And please make sure this column is the second one is also name, and the operator is contains, because this is a media type from which we want to search through the name. So it should be name. The column should be name in order, and then only it will fetch us the result. And it should be contains. And yeah, so this is one option of find. Coming to this is again a very important feature in project which help us to organize our videos and medias imported in our project. It is basically nothing but it is a bin, or rather it is a folder which would organize our medias accordingly. So I would click here, and it asks to rename. You can also rename this bin or a folder. So I would rename this to edit, or rather content edit 01, and hit enter. Or you can also click outside. So once if I go here, it opens this bin. So right now there is nothing. It shows 0 items. So this bin has been opened with the name of content edit 01, as we had renamed this. So right now there is nothing in this bin. So what I would like to do is I would take these footages. By coming on the project panel, selecting this, and by pressing Control on Windows or Command on Macintosh. So you can just quickly select them, and from your left click of the mouse, you can just drag and drop it here. So what we see now is the bin with the name of content edit 01 now has two videos which we had imported directly on our project panel and not inside any bin, but ideally it should be created in our bin. So now suppose if we want to create multi bins here. So as this is my content edit 01, I would like to create one new bin again. So I would click here new bin. So this is again a sub bin inside our bin of content edit 01. I would like to name this as video. Would select these both and would again drag and drop inside this. So these both now have my videos. I cancel this. Again, I want to create another bin of audio, and later we can import an audio here itself. So what this basically does is like it keeps our work, it keeps our edit pretty much organized. When we want our files to be called, it can be easily called and it can be easily worked on. I would again save my project. Make sure you have this habit of saving your project in around 10 to 15 minutes of an interval. Yeah, so we are over with this project panel. Now coming back to the source panel. This, if you see, this is the time, this is the fit window. These are the different kind of windows which you want to see. I would suggest fit is the best one. We had already seen this. This is only for drag video only, and this is only for drag audio only. What if I click here? If I click here, it would only show me the audio. If only audio needs to be imported to our timeline. Displaying the audio. Right now I don't want only audio, video as well as audio. Coming to this is the playback resolution. Right now it is playing in half resolution. It depends again upon your system configuration. How much RAM is it? Does it have a graphic card? So right now I would like to keep this as full. This is the settings of our source monitor. This is Composite gang source and program. Right now this is composite video. If I click on audio waveform, it will only show me the audio waveform. And this is a channel which is known as alpha channel. It contains transparency. This video is fully opaque, so there is no transparency as well. So we would stick back to composite video. It's the same playback resolution as it is here, full. This is the pause resolution, like once the video is paused, what kind of resolution would you like to have? So it's better if you have this half. Please note this is the playback resolution, which once the video is played would show this, and this is the pause resolution. Once the video is paused, it would drop down to half. This is loop if you want the video to be looped again. If you see this, once the video reaches to the endpoint, it would again go back to the loop from the starting to our endpoint. So I don't want that, so I would remove the loop. This is the show transport controls. So transport generally means the scrubber. If you want to zoom in or zoom out or something like that. Show audio time units. We don't want that at right now. Show markers. These are basically our markers, the in point and the out point. Different options which we do not want at our source monitor, like safe margins. We do not want it here. So it again depends upon your preference. If you want, you can have it overlays, then overlay settings. So these are not required at this, because source monitor is only required like when we are importing any footage from our project and we want that video or that in and out, the video with in and out marked specific video into our timeline. So yeah, this is the end time, like how much long is your footage. So what I would now show is the different options available in our source monitor. This is mark-in. Sorry, I do not want my mark-in to be changed, as I'd already marked this in. This is our mark-out, and this is our go to shift in, go to shift out. This is step back one frame. As I said, if you want to step back one frame, you can also play with your you can press the left arrow of your keyboard like this, as I'm pressing right now, or you can also click. This is the play button, which also it is a toggle button, which means it can be played, be paused, and the same thing can be done with the help of our spacebar on the keyboard. This is the next frame, can again be controlled with the right arrow of the keyboard. This is shift out, and we have all seen this. This is the insert. Like once if you click on insert, it comes to our timeline. And now suppose if I don't want this, so what I'll do is I'll select this and I'll hit delete or del button. Another way of removing this from your timeline would be enable. So what this does is, like, the video and along with the audio stays here, but it is enabled. Sorry, it is disabled, as we have already checked off on enable. So again, if I enable it from here, the video comes again. The other thing would be cut. Yeah, so it again cuts. If you want to be pasted over here on a different time, you can paste it here. So our video is pasted, and if you want it totally to be removed, then you can just select like this, or you can just select like this, and then can click on delete, or you can press delete from your spacebar. This is add markers. If you want to add any marker here for your preference, like suppose if you would like to start your video from here, so you can start add marker here. So if you see, a green kind of marker has come here, and again the shortcut for that would be pressing M on your keyboard. I would just press M here without going from here. I just pressed M here and a marker has been created. So if I double click on this marker, I can also add a label to it. Like I can write this as house, and can change its color also, and can click on OK. So if you notice here, the change color has been reflecting here and it has changed to house. This customization becomes pretty easy for the user while editing the video. Another point would be, suppose this is a frame, but I want to extract this image out from the video. This is a very pretty cool technique, like for the users who do not know how to export a image out of a single image out of a video. So we can click here and then can click here, export frame. So what this feature would do is, it would only export this particular frame into an image. I would name this as screenshot 1. These are the different formats which Premiere is providing. BMP, which means bitmap, DPX, GIF, JPEG, PNG, Targa, TIFF. So the standard one is JPEG, which stands for Joint Photographers. Stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group, and I can have my location specified. I can have a screenshot folder, select folder, and it also asks me if I want to import this image or this frame after once it gets imported. So I would click on import into project. So okay. So if you see here, this screenshot one has been imported to our project, and even if you want to check, then yeah, so this screenshot folder which we had created, it's there, and if you double click here, yeah, the JPEG, the frame which we had exported, the JPEG is there.